You're watching UPfront with me, Blessed Sogah. Traders in Ghana say they are living in a state of fear and shock after 8 of them were attacked while on that journey trying to assess markets, buying tomatoes from neighboring Burkina Faso and selling them back in Ghana. Unfortunately, we lost 8 of these traders to a Ghanaian group, an extremist group in Burkina Faso, which is now claiming victory on their part for taking down scores of civilians in their attempt to claim what they term as jihad. Unfortunately, we lost our compatriots, and Ghana is in a state of mourning as a result of what has happened to these traders. Going forward, the Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness is now out with a statement equally condemning the attacks and pointing out what might happen in the coming days. We can get to that statement right now for you, as you see on the screens, pointing out how unhappy the Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness is about what is going on. And you have the statement pointing to the fact that the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry has taken notice and has received with deep sorrow, the statement says, the tragic news of the killing of some Ghanaians. Ghanaians, we understand, who've lost their lives. They were traders moving into neighboring Burkina Faso, the northern parts of that country, which is called Titao. That's the name of the community as we know it. And per the statement that we have received, you can see that the government, according to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, is acting actively to work with the Burkina Faso authorities in a bid to tackle the situation. It's the reason for which we're having this conversation, with traders now saying that they're living in a state of shock, fear, and will want the government of Ghana to act swiftly. How can the government assure the traders of their security? And even if this is supposed to be a security intervention, what ought to happen? These are some of the areas that we're exploring here on UPfront. And joining us in studio is Emmanuel Nana Poku, who is with the Traders Advocacy Group, Executive Director of the group, actually. Thank you so much for joining us. General Secretary, I should say, apologies. And thank you for joining us. I see that you're not necessarily in a good mood, even as we speak, so it speaks to the matter. How sad are you, first of all, about hearing from, your colleagues and learning of report that 8 of your, persons who are traders as well have been lost?
In fact, we were completely disorganized. And it's unfortunate this thing is happening now. I'll call on all Ghanaians to mourn these are gallant traders. I am saying they are gallant because without them, we will not get fresh tomatoes to consume. And they've gone through this trip, or let's say these trade trips all the time. And sometimes they will have accidents, or the tomatoes will come and, a whole lot happens before we get fresh tomatoes in our kitchens, and then the restaurants as well.
You're trying to say that these people over the years have been taking that risk.
Yes.
And I must say that per my own checks as well, this has been going on for quite some time now. It's as though the traders use this route and they are quite confident with the fact that in Titao, you have some of the extremist groups there, except to say they've been still making that risky journey.
Per our checks, there are a whole lot of things these traders go through. And these insurgents, let me put it in plain words, they are trying to get an attention. They've been doing this to the Burkinabés themselves. They are killing them each and every day. They are not drawing the attention that they feel they desire. And hence deciding to hurt other nationals to get that attention. And I think they are jubilating because they feel they've gotten it. Because killing Ghanaians makes them happy. That at the end of the day, the attention is secured. But they don't know the tail they have really touched. And let me first congratulate the Ghana Armed Forces by airlifting the 4 serious injured back home And then to the president. I am not sounding too much. The president have done well by visiting them and sharing these concerns. I am happy that the Ghana Armed Forces will respond accordingly to the meat they have really bite. You can't just come and head Ghanaians and begin to say that you are an insurgent group, so you take it easy. I know the president, in collaboration with the Burkina base, will do something. It's very bad.
In fact, many have been doing some security analysis on this, and I'll come back to you, Nana Poku, so we look at the impact on trade now that many traders are not sure if they'll be heading back to Burkina Faso to bring in
it will be difficult for
tomatoes. Let's explore the security angle first. Richard Kumado is a security analyst, joins us via Zoom. We'll get him on shortly. But you see all the traders on the screens now, and Nana, that points to what the possible impact would be. The fact that we'll have these traders make that perilous journey again. In fact, I was speaking to some of them before coming on air, and they tell me that, well, the option now for them is either to look towards Benin or other parts of West Africa. They're not going back to Burkina.
Definitely so.
Is that not going to impact the market?
Definitely. We are going to have shortages of tomatoes, definitely. And you see, over the years, they've tried. They don't really go in their numbers. Yeah. They've actually grouped them. This week or this month, this group will go. Another month, another group will go. So we are even lucky that they themselves were able to, program themselves not to go there in their numbers. Yeah. But they will go there in batches. This group will go, and then the following month, another group will go. And for now, they should feel so, because the northern part of Titawa in Burkina Faso is a very, 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 very volatile area or region that no one needs to go there. Even the Burkinabés themselves, the farmers, they are being killed each and every day. The tomato farmers themselves, they actually besiege them on their farmlands and kill them. It's not that the Burkina government is not doing anything about it. They are doing all they can. But I tell you, these guys are also being sponsored by foreign governments to do this to destabilize Burkina. So like I said, the very key thing is they are trying to get attention. And now killing Ghanaians have given them the attention that they feel they desire. But they've actually touched the tail of the crocodile.
About the alternatives now, let's explore the business options for these Ghanaian traders now. Where else are they moving to?
Sincerely speaking, I don't know their plans now. But I think this is also time for Ghana government to put in place, especially the Ministry of Agriculture. You go to Burkina, these tomatoes are being grown on even not wetlands, normal lands. So don't we have the expertise? People who can easily put Ghanaians into farms, a good variety.
You mean to say that you can equally grow this?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
We have.
Are you sure about that? Do we have the capacity?
We have
to do
the
that?
best arable lands, but we don't have the leaders. You see, Ghana, our problem is leaders. And I am thankful to the president. You see, I wasn't fan of him some time ago, but now he is somebody that when I go to bed, I pray for. He is showing the way. The rest of the MMDAs, all these people should follow suit. Because civil servant, public servant, if they are all doing they are all doing what is supposed to be done by them, Ghana will grow. Look at the amount of money the previous administration pushed in planting for foods. And it yield no results.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, yes. I'm a trader, and I'm on top of what is happening on the ground. So when we come out and we are saying something, we do actually, certify of what we are saying. If that money were channeled into tomatoes or any, we could have achieved a lot. But that money went to waste. Now, let bygone be bygone. The new government should make sure that Mr. Eric Opoku, who happens to be my namesake, to do what is right and get Ghanaians on the farms. You see, if we are to do it like what we are doing, so some of the crops that is needed so much on the market, why don't we put the mechanism with which we've put cocoa, in? That when it's ready, everybody, a group, like cocoa board, we can have tomatoes board. They'll buy them. So that the farmers won't be so reluctant of saying, if I'm going to do tomato farm, it will go waste and so forth and so on. It's about time. Yeah. It's about time.
Okay, we'll explore that a bit more. Let's look at the security angle. Richard Kumada is joining us now. And Richard, yeah, it's clear now that obviously there's a security breach. Many opinions, in fact, diverse ones on what may have accounted for this. But my checks with the traders is pointing out to the fact that, look, these groups have always been there. They've always been using that trade route. And it shouldn't have been a challenge until what is happening now.
Definitely, yes. We are talking about terrorism. And we are talking about terror groups which operate at various levels and at various degrees and within different types. You cannot take the activity of terror groups. So in previous times, they allowed them to go with the identification that shows that they are Ghanaians. The operational methodology they adapt this time around is what we call non-permissible area. And within a non-permissible area, they destroyed everything they see on site. And that is why they burn down their vehicles and burn down the market, kill the men and injure the women. So you cannot say that because you encounter them almost all the time, and through identification, they allow you to go, you will keep on going closer to where these terror groups have been living for all this while. Groups of people whose activity cannot be predicted all the time, and groups of people who cannot be trusted to do exactly what they say they wanted to do. It's unfortunate, but that assumption is not right, and that is why we are where we are.
If it's not right, and of course you're just telling us about that story, which I've equally heard from the traders, that, I mean, this has been going on even over 6 years ago. They would be allowed free passage if they're able to identify themselves, i.e. show a Ghanaian ID. If they indeed show a Ghanaian ID, according to my sources, the indication is that you'd be let go, except that this time that was not the case. Is it that Ghana is no longer being in the quote-unquote good books of these Jilin group? Or
now, these
what
are
exactly
terror groups you were talking about. And if you understand their ideology and their psychology, nobody is in their good books. No single individual is in their good books. They see all of us to be targets. And they target us for propaganda purposes. And depending on what the objective is and the methodology they will choose, in this particular time, they choose what we call non-permissible environment. And anything they see in that environment, which they think will inure to their benefit in terms of propaganda, they will take you out. And anything they see that they think will threaten their operations, they will take you out. And unfortunately, our mothers and brothers happen to be there at that particular time, which is a wrong place at the wrong time. And me, with over 20 years I have done travel risk assessment, I wouldn't advise them to travel 400 kilometers away from Ouagadougou, closer to the headquarters of a terror group that nobody can trust their patterns and their determinations. It's wrong, and we need to revise and we need to realign our personal security protocols and safety assurances that needed to be closer to our chest before we embark on some of these journeys.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, these individuals, obviously are not security conscious as you are. You know a bit more about security, travel risk, and all of the technicalities that you're talking about. Now a medical evacuation has happened. It's taking place, and we know that the Ghanaian forces have brought back some individuals who are recovering at the 37 military hospital. How key will these individuals be in trying to unravel circumstances behind the attacks?
When we talk about travel rates. Blessed, it is the travel rates that tell our mothers that don't go on Tuesday, go on Wednesday. Don't use this route. Let's use this driver. Let's put our money here. When we are in danger, this is the person we speak to. These are things that everybody can do. You don't need to be an expert like me. So that is what we had to do, and that is why we had a trouble. In terms of the evacuation, one of the things I pray we do with them is to have maybe Professor ABC or Dr. Rika Dele from the Ghana University, University of Ghana, Legon, from the psychology department, to be able to have like 1 hour with them. They will need to be brought back to their normal status. They are traumatized. The levels of trauma is huge because they were not expecting what happened to them. They will need to work with the medical team to come to some level of realization or awareness of what has happened before they are sent home to their families. But I think because the military is involved, they will get the very best medical care they can. And I was glad the military got involved and brought them back home.
The conversation is now coming up as to why the president hasn't appointed a substantive defense minister, and possibly that could have led to the breaches. Do you also side with those arguments?
No, that is miscommunication and misconception. These are private individuals who are engaged on commercial businesses. They will not even inform any government agency they are on this trip. They will not inform any government official. Government agencies and government officials are not aware, let alone the security officers. I agree that there has to be a substantial minister, but when it comes to appointing people, it is the prerogative of the president. I think the broader question we need to be asking is, what is the role of deputy ministers in the political democracy where the president appoints almost everybody? Having said that, if you understand how our security architecture works, the number one soldier in this country is the CDS. And if the military needs something, the chief director in the CDS office will write to the chief director at the Ministry of Defense. The chief director at Ministry of Defense will also write to the chief of staff. And the letter is responded in that same manner. If the military needs representation, either the deputy minister represents politics or the appointing authority will assign somebody else. So yes, because we need a minister, it doesn't mean that the deputy minister cannot represent government in line with military methodology. Okay. Other than that, everything we do as law enforcement officers in line with military, it ends up at the desk of the CDS.
Okay.
And then again, the issues about Burkina Faso and why our mothers and sisters has been attacked, it has nothing to do with Minister of Defense. It has nothing to do with Minister of Interior. And I think that is misconception and misunderstanding of how the architecture works. Okay, so we need to get it right.
Yeah, so let's speak to the traders now. Nana Poku is here. What message do you have to share with these traders? He's alarmed. All the other traders are alarmed as well.
I beg of them. I beg our brothers. I beg our mothers. I said, use the embassies. We, those who have traveled extensively, the embassies are one of the best places you can get help from. The embassies will tell you when to go, when not to go, where to go, where not to go, how to go. If you think you cannot use the embassy, it will be proper to use the heavy-duty truck drivers within Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. They have what we call the local knowledge and the traditional knowledge, and they understand the language, and they'll be able to maneuver their way with them. Anytime you think your back is against the wall, we are family as Ghanaians. Let's live together. Let's seek the right advice, and let's make sure that we are taking our personal security seriously and the safety guidelines seriously before we venture into a treacherous elements, into a treacherous environment where you have predacious elements wanting to kill everybody. I'm also suggesting, and I'm recommending that we can have a centralized market at Boga or Tamale and ask the truck drivers to bring the goods to those places to make the travel risks very minimal, and it will only increase the tomatoes a little bit. By research, we also understood that this particular seed can be grown up at the northern region, and I agree with what my brother in the studio was saying, that we can get farmers to plant this particular seed, except that they will need irrigation, and that takes us to politics where the Kwaligo Dam was not properly managed, and we are back to where we are now. And so I agree with him that says that let's have authorities that deals with these specialized crops, and let's make sure we make good of it, and the benefit comes to everybody as a Ghanaian.
Okay, that Pologo Dam story is a whole different conversation to have another time, Nana. But let's talk about the options now. Yeah. Very good suggestion from Richard there. Can't we just create a centralized market in the northern parts?
I'm impressed with where he's coming from, and you could see that he is an expert indeed.
Yeah.
What we are recommending for the traders is brokery.
Okay.
Yes, for now, they need to have brokers who definitely the price of tomatoes will shoot
go
up a little bit, because when a brokerage comes in, definitely the price will not be stable as it's supposed to be. So we recommend that they use brokery to bring the tomatoes closer to Ouagadougou.
But are we even sure we'll get that? Because those in there are also a bit scared about what's happening.
Because if the Ghanaians were giving them money, and now they are no longer coming. Yeah. So when you deploy the strategy of brokery, definitely a Burkina Faso will also step in and bring the tomatoes closer. The Ghanaians were going deeper because of pricing. It's not that they don't have the brokers there. They do. But the Ghanaians themselves, it's like me going to China.
Yes.
If I'm going for electricals, I will decide, okay, let me go to Shenzhen. Because when I go to Shenzhen, that is the hub of electricals. So Ghanaians have that habit of trying to get to the source. And now if the source is becoming a problem, then the brokery strategy can be deployed so that we will still have tomatoes all year round like we are having. At first, we were having shortages of tomatoes when the traders were not in good shape to go for them. You could see that when you go to the market, 3 pieces of tomatoes will cost you about 50 Ghana cedis. Right. And now that this thing is happening, I don't know what is going to happen next. So we are using your medium to appeal to them, the leadership. We've spoken to some of them, that they should use the brokery system. Let the Burkina Faso go to the hinterlands and bring the tomatoes to them so that we'll adjust ourselves and buy, whether we like it or not. Well, we need to have a way out because we don't have tomatoes fresh. When you go to Ofinso and Akomadan areas, they can easily do this. You see?
But you're making it sound that easy.
My brother, what can we do? So are we telling ourselves that we are not capable of doing anything for ourselves as Ghanaians? No, it's the motivation. Because I want to be a tomatoes farmer. How can I succeed from this tomato farmer? We have had a situation where watermelon farmers will do everything they can, and at the end of the day, you see them rotting. I've seen that leaders in the country, like Otumfuo, has recently put a factory together to process things like this, pineapples and so on. This is what we want to see. We are calling on all the churches. Instead of building new churches, every church should come up with 3 factories.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we can't force the churches to.
No, we cannot force them. But under the same people they are praying for to get jobs. A church of Pentecost can do 5 factories, bigger ones in the country, because they are capable. Why aren't they thinking aloud? And only Bible every day, Bible. And now,
and unfortunately, I'm a Christian, so if you tell me that, I mean, I pay my taxes to the government. I pay my taxes to the government.
I know you.
I pay my taxes to the government, not to the church.
What I'm pouring down.
What's the fact that you don't give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar?
No, you see, these are the things that our people have gone to die for nothing.
Yeah, but Nana, the point is, why not channel our energies towards the government? At least I've seen a statement from the trade ministry.
We are saying
they should be the ones doing what you are saying now.
I'm saying that the church is trusted. So even, let's say, if we were to put the planting for food money into the churches and tell the leadership of the churches to do this, do you think it will fail? When the churches do something, it works. Okay, so I am just saying that
And the churches should also be involved.
Yes,
okay.
They should help. Look, they brought hospitals, schools, if not Methodists. We wouldn't have had so much schools. SDA. They are capable of doing it. So I'm just impressing upon them to use the same Bible to you know,
to grow plants.
To do some the things that they do just to make sure that at the end of the day Ghana runs.
Nana, maybe you want to see a miracle tomatoes. I don't know.
Maybe so.
I don't know if that's what
maybe.
you look
And there are prophecies on tomatoes.
Prophecies on tomatoes, Nana. Okay.
Seriously speaking, with the country need help.
Now let's look at the impact on the market. In the interim, do you feel that they'll be holding in the system?
No. But price hikes will definitely, go up. Prices will go up. Because look,
and why do you traders do that all the time? There's the dollar rate is coming down. The prices of some commodities on the market.
No, there are factors.
But you, the traders,
yes.
when it comes to some of these cases, you don't want to.
Yes, I thank you for asking me this. People have been asking, even the GRA people. You see, there are factors on the ground which is not playing, also for people to know that those factors are not yet tackled by this current administration. Okay? Every year, tax assessment is up there. Okay? It's part of the trading. And there are so many simple things that is not making the trader to ensure of stable price. And we are working on it. We are telling them what to do so that the traders will feel comfortable making sure that if I bring this, I am assured of tomorrow. So that if any shocks arise.
You're not defending what you guys have been
doing. Me, myself, have reduced my thing.
Yeah, but why are your colleagues not doing that? They are not reduced. I mean, you've heard Ghanaians complain so many times.
It's true. You see, and we also need to understand the price chain. Let's assume I operate a wholesaler.
Yes.
You come for the goods. Definitely you will put something on top. Another person will also come for it from you. Yeah. That person will also put something on it. It's a chain. All right? That's why we are saying that there are some fundamental issues.
Is it not magical that you just move from, say, the northern region with tomatoes, okay? It comes to Accra and the price is, they're just going out.
It's the vehicles. Sometimes getting vehicles.
Your prices are down, Nana.
No, you see?
Yeah.
You see,
you're trying really hard to defend.
No, I am not defending it. Those who are doing the right thing, we should encourage them to do the right thing. And those who are doing the wrong thing, we should actually shame them. Look, the prices of even car tires, they are not down yet. Because when you bring these things in and you do the maths, you see that import duty is taking some. There is a whole lot of fundamental issue which is not allowing traders to come out and say, okay, let us stabilize the prices here. And this is what the Ministry of Trade is doing wrong. They should ask us, what is the fundamental issue? Like we've been, pouring some of them into the system for government to attract it and do something about it. But yet, it's still the same thing that is playing around. At the end of the day, if you and remember, these traders are not being resourced by government. So you can't actually also force them to say reduce. No, but it's a way of talking to them. And we've done our bit by talking to most of the traders to reduce their prices.
Is it fair to say that it was profit motives that drove these individuals to a volatile area?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Without them, we wouldn't have fresh tomatoes on our table.
Really?
Yes. The traders have risked their lives and have lost it. Let me put it this way, on the benefit of Ghanaians. Ghanaians are benefiting from these women. And that's why I call for all Ghanaians, all in sundry, to mourn them. Because the risk they are taking, imagine, you see, if not even this mobile money, whatever, that came, armed robbers were also attacking them on their way.
On the road?
Yes. At first, they were carrying the money there.
Cash.
But this time around, they don't carry that cash. They are using electronically to transfer monies and so forth and so on. Well, MTN is everywhere. And because of the interoperability that, came through, it's also helping them not to carry too much cash along here to the north. And I tell you, they were not expecting this because there are agents over there who also give them information. But like I said, these insurgents are trying hard for them to attract the attention internationally as they want to, But I tell you, if we work together as Africans and put our differences aside, this insurgents' behavior our brother was talking about can be curbed.
I want us to talk about those who are in the hospitals now. Is it 4 of them?
Four. Four were airlifted to.
What should we be doing about these individuals? At least they've been.
I think the benevolence of Ghanaians should actually go, into this by showing love to them. In fact, we, the leadership of traders, will set up the pace. They have risked their lives for Ghana. Let me put it that way. Because the tin tomatoes people are eating here and there, I am not condemning it, but it's not actually good for our bodies. So the fresh tomatoes is way better if we have more in the country than eating these tin tomatoes.
Yeah.
If they are risking their lives to go as far as this place, Titwa, it's quite volatile.
Yeah.
And those areas have, by God's grace, I know the terrain very well.
Yeah, right.
But I tell you, if you ask me to go there without government protection, I'll not go.
So do we now provide security for these people?
No,
Escort?
I believe brokerage is very good. Let us bring in brokers to bring the tomatoes closer to Ghana.
That will help.
Yeah, that will help.
In fact, we have pictures of the president visiting some of these.
In fact, he's done very well. I respect him.
Take a look at that.
I salute Mr. John Mahama.
Oh, really? You celebrate the president?
Yeah, I salute him. What is actually happening to him, I don't know. If it is the prayers the pastors are praying for him or what. It is actually having impact on him. He's thinking...
The pastors are...
Yeah, they are praying for him every day. Because any leader should have a team of prayer, group.
So you feel that's why the president is now showing
compassion? Yes, he's doing very well. We shouldn't push it aside at all. Trump is also having the same prayer group. Every day they are praying for him.
Yeah.
Okay. And I like the way he's doing things.
To see the people in the hospital. So we're asking Ghanaians to also support them.
Yes. I'm asking all the organizations, please go to 37 and help them out. Don't just sit there. Very soon you will not get fresh tomatoes.
Hey.
Let me put it this way.
No. We want tomatoes in the system.
You see, this woman here, she has children, she has a husband, and now look at her situation now.
Yeah. Very
well bent.
This is
it's very bad.
Yeah, very bad. We should lead an onslaught on these terrorist organizations. In fact, ECOWAS has been speaking about that. We'll try and get you that tape. But of course, you just saw the president there. Visiting these individuals. You heard from Nana asking that if you can extend some goodwill to these individuals. Richard Kumado will be getting him back shortly. Richard, are you still with us? We'll get to Richard shortly. But now the way forward on the alternatives, the other territories where we can get tomatoes.
You see, Benin doesn't have much tomatoes.
Okay, I was just going to talk about Benin because prior to coming on air, we were speaking to some of the traders. They say Benin is where they're heading to now. You're saying Benin won't be favorable?
Benin won't be...
Is it because of the distance? Or
the distance, number one, the distance. But all that we are encouraging them now, we are recommending to them now, is to bring the brokers in. Let the Burkina Faso gold out there because they know the terrain, as one was saying.
Yeah.
They know the terrain very much. Let them go and bring it closer to Ghana border or Ouagadougou for them to buy from there. They shouldn't get closer to the source of this because there is cheaper.
Yeah, but Benin is safe now, right?
But even the growers, the tomato, they are not much in Benin.
Yeah.
They are not. It's got Burkina Faso is a policy.
Yeah.
It's
so they grow.
Yes, it's something that they are doing. Yes.
Yeah.
It's something that they are doing. What we are saying is...
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad.
The brokers.
Anyway, ECOWAS has been calling for, a full-scale probe into what has happened. And we can listen to Ambassador Fatal Musa, who's the political commissioner at ECOWAS. I spoke to him just yesterday when the naval chiefs gathered here in Accra. They're still in Accra anyway. And he believes that an investigation must be costing to the matter. Listen.
Ghana is Anglophone. So it is not very easy for terrorists from the Sahel to embed, themselves in the region. But the attacks on the truckers, on the tomato traders and other brings into sharp relief the need, for collaboration between the Sahel and the South. Because the two regions still enjoy free movement of people, free trade and others. But once we don't collectively, fight terrorism, then unfortunately there will be such victims.
So what do you intend to do in this specific case, to work with the government?
No, in this, specific case, of course, we are calling for full investigation into the matter and then to find out about, what are the corrective measures that can be taken. Unfortunately, ECOWAS does not have formal relations with the countries either in Burkina Faso or anywhere like that, but there are bilateral relations. Ghana maintains very cordial relations with the countries of the Sahel, and it is very unfortunate that Ghanaian citizens have become victims of this terrorism. So once again, the appeal, to our neighbors to the north of our region is that, listen, we can have our political differences, but security does not pick and choose. We cannot live, geographically, we are bound together. There is nobody who can live outside the zone. We are, forced by geography, by nature, by relations to be together.
Is this enough grounding for them to come back to the fold?
No, that is the wish of ECOWAS, and we are looking forward, to the time when they will come. Unfortunately, the thing is that since the breakaway of our neighbors from the north, given terrorism, insecurity as one of the causes, we have not seen a significant drop in terrorist attacks in those regions. And so, once again, that reinforces the message that we may not immediately come together, but on matters of security, we need to collaborate because all of us are victims of what is happening. And if we maintain our political differences and then extend those differences to the security domain, both of us will be losers. So there is the need for us to have that. As for coming together, that is the sovereign decision of the Alliance of Sahel States. It is the wish of ECOWAS that come a few years, we are going to become another 15 member state.
Yeah, ECOWAS stating their position there on what needs to happen going forward. Nana, let's conclude our conversation, but we cannot go without this innovative idea that you're pushing. You're calling for the establishment of a tomato board.
Yeah, board. Now we are going.
We have too many boards. We have board. Gold board.
The gold board is working. Definitely, if we have, you see the buffer stock.
Yes.
I don't know what they are doing. At the end of the day, a whole lot is happening with them. And I don't know if the idea in Nkrumah actually...
Yeah, because we had silos. They're still there in some of the regions.
Some of the silos are
still
spoiled.
there. Yeah.
No, most of them are spoiled.
But the facilities, some of them you find them...
They don't even get silos to put maize in.
Yeah. But the sites are still there. You'd find
it's there.
records there.
And this is where we will encourage private sector push. You understand?
To set up the tomato board
silos.
Or what?
Even everything. You see, when private sector... Look, why is Joy TV, the other media you have, is growing?
Yeah.
It's because the private person who is pushing this have a foresight and will not allow it to dwindle.
Right.
So why don't government, scan around?
Bring private people together to form that tomato board?
You see, if we rely on this government, it will not work. All they need is resources, money. Resource some people. Push them. Definitely they will deliver. But this is a situation, everything government wants to do, it will not work. Like trade, for instance.
Yeah.
The traders go through a lot by securing loans to import commodities that are not being manufactured in the country. How do you expect prices to stable? You understand?
Yeah.
But if government were to find a way of getting the banks to get them even soft loans, and then ready market. You see, our market is being taken over by foreigners. We have complained and over-complained. Nothing is being done about this.
Yeah.
Nigeria, they have the market. Other countries like Turkey, this fake Obroni going around, the Chinese, they have the market. But yet still, our system is absorbing them. When you talk about it, they say, hey, you people are not reducing prices. You want to have the market for yourselves, and bully Ghanaians, just keep prices soaring. And so it's not that. Whatever I bring outside Ghana to sell to Ghanaians are of standard conformity. What is happening in these so-called malls that are being sprinkled around everywhere, the things they are selling there, it doesn't meet the standard. Ghana Standards Authority is sitting there watching Ghanaians to buy these things, and yet they are losing money.
Okay. Now, whatever the case, this conversation cannot be exhausted now. We're wrapping up. Speak generally to me about the business environment we have now. As traders, are you happy? And going forward, what appeal do you have for government?
I will give this government 60 out of 100. They have to work their way through to get a 40 or 20 to add it up.
Right.
Currently, when in terms of financials, dollar-CD relation, it's quite okay now.
Right.
We are looking forward to see that the other, like the fundamental issues that are impeding trade can be tackled by them. So that pricing, every sector of the economy can have... Well, right now, you could see that there is no money in the system. People are not buying because they don't have the financial muscle to go to the market and buy. We are appealing to government to pay workers very well, private sector to pay you well, so that I'll see you at my shop spending
more.
But the meager salaries that some entities are paying, government is paying, won't actually reset the economy. We are appealing to government to pay contractors so that money
will be in the system.
Can be felt in the system for people to have the capacity buying. Right now, when the traders go to the market, everybody is just sitting idle. They are not buying anything.
That's what you traders see all the time.
No, it's true.
They're not buying. That's what you say all the time.
They are not buying.
Your prices are
Ghanaians don't have money. Ghanaians are financially fractured.
They
don't have money.
That's what traders will always tell you, because they want you to break.
And I am appealing to this government to resource Ghanaians. Let Ghanaians feel the economy.
Anyway, grateful for your time. I'm sure that we'll continue this conversation some other time. That's all time will allow us. Grateful to Richard Kumado, security analyst, for also joining us. It's been Out Front with me, Blessed Sogah. Next is the news. Until then, log on to myjoyonline.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
we have